death by feedback. Someone is asked to present back after a group session and it gets unfocused, it goes on too long, it's off the point. People start losing concentration, particularly after 4, 5 or 6, and it just takes too much time and you lose energy. People start looking at their phones, looking out of the window, being distracted. There are a number of things you can do about that, and here is just one of them, and it's called One Breath Feedback. And what a wonderful place to be doing it, out here in the fresh air where I can breathe. I'll take a deep breath and describe one breath feedback, which is as long as it takes for you to be able to speak during just one breath. And for most people, I guess that's around 20 seconds, 25 seconds, unless of course you've been a deep sea diver, in which case you may be able to go on for longer, or you've got a particularly big lung capacity, which I don't think I have. And you can use that in a group. And I did this in really a global meeting in Geneva, people with suits and looking, being very professional. And these were people who would have walked out if they weren't satisfied. So we knew that we had to do something special. It was an hour and a half. There were 2 world-class presentations, one on artificial intelligence, one on nanotechnology, complex, detailed stuff. And then we were going to have 6 groups. There were around 60 people altogether. And they were going to be thinking what it meant for them and so on. And then we were going to have feedback, and then there was going to be some more input, closing input, and then going back to the host to finish. So time was not on our side in that 90 minutes. So we had people in their groups, and then I said, ladies and gentlemen, one breath feedback. I wasn't sure if they would accept my direction because it maybe sounded a bit playful. I wasn't sure if they wanted to be playful, but you know what happened? It sort of brought in a personal humanity into the room. It also saved a lot of time and focused people's energy, and people did it. They took a breath and gave their feedback as long as they could in one breath. Sure, 1 or 2 people cheated a bit and everybody laughed. There was indeed a person who said they had done deep sea diving, but the point was it focused everybody's attention and everybody really concentrated on what was being said. Indeed, the closing, a few words from one of the academics, he also summed up the entire thing in one long single breath, and we finished on time. So this is a good idea because you want to save time, you want people's attention, and generally people have a pretty jaundiced view of what feedback is going to be like. So this is something different and special which will engage people's attention. I don't need to do one breath here. I can do lots of breaths, but I remember the one breath feedback.